I wonder if I try these other headphones, if it'll work.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Sunday Koi Chat with myself
and me, Shane.
and Shane
How are we
from
doing,
Hearts
guys?
Koi. And we also have joining us down the bottom when he comes back is Ty from the Koi Pit over in America. How are we doing out there and how's everyone's week been? Fish wise, how's your week been then, Shane?
Fish wise, not bad. Not too bad. I said my brother had four turn up this week, which were quite nice.
Yeah. Where did they come from?
One of his old friends got in contact with him. He's from what we were told, his brother was shutting down.
Yeah.
But luckily, he was good friends. He works at a shop down towards Brighton way.
Yeah.
So he literally shipped them up using it because most of them were at the shop. That's why he wanted to close down, because he had to free up space for the shop.
Right.
So he just literally sent them up through packaging through the shop.
Oh, nice. So what were they?
So we had a metallic Hitsuri.
Oh, nice.
A Tancho Sankey.
Yeah.
Trying to think what the other ones are. One of them, we're not quite sure what it is, because Matey Boy tried saying that it was a Yamato Nishiki, but when I looked at it, it doesn't look like a Yama. It looks more kind of like a Kisasuri or something like that, you know. So not quite sure.
A picture over that.
Yeah,
one.
I'll send you over a picture up.
Yeah, send me over a picture of that one. That one sounds quite intriguing. And the fourth one?
I believe the fourth one was. Hang on, let me just see if I can pull up the message. So I'll find out exactly what they are.
So you haven't put out a video about them yet, then?
My brother has.
Has it? Ooh.
My brother's put a video up the other day about it.
Is that on Hobbytown?
Yes, Hobbytown Chilean Koi.
Yep, I'll have to have a look, see at that. So
yeah, we literally bowled them up and whatnot, but before they got bowled up, obviously they were all scraped down there before, because I literally told them to. So they're all scraped up, all clean, turned up here. But before they turned up, we Vercon Est the bowl completely inside and out, because obviously it was going to be floating in the tank anyway. So I literally gave it a heavy duty disinfectant and made sure everything was nice and clean on that side. So I knew that when I was putting it in, it was on point.
Yeah, Vercon S is a nasty product. You sure it wasn't Vercon Aquatic?
No, it might have been Vercon Aquatic. Yeah, I can't. I always get the two mixed up.
I was going to say, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere near Vercon S, for fuck's sake.
No, because Vercon S, that's the fucking sheep dip.
It is indeed. It is indeed. So your brother's got 4 new fish. How's your progression on the on tank 2? Have you got a liner in that yet?
Tank 2 line should be in tomorrow. We've started doing some backfilling and things like that to get the bottom drain nice and level.
Yeah. So would it be going up on your channel, or would that be going up on Dean's channel?
I'll probably put a short up on mine, but then the actual, if we do a long form, then the long form
will go over to Dean's.
Yeah, go on to him to give him some more content.
Yeah. And of course, with what plans you've got, you know, you're going to have to step away from the pond side for a bit as well, aren't you? So
Yep.
Yeah. So in that case, all of the pond stuff that goes on at Hertz Koi is now going to be covered by his brother Dean at Hobbytown
Chilean Koi. Vince, put your
so get across, give him a subscribe, give him a thumbs up and a comment, Tell him us three sent you. He will be tickled pink, I can tell you that. Anyway, how's your week been then, Ty?
That's pretty good. The Utah Pond Tour started yesterday, so that was fun. I had a boatload of people show up at my house.
I was
So
going to ask you about that.
yeah, I kind of lost count at some point of how many people were coming through. My rough guess is there was like 70 something people, and then it starts back
Nice.
up today at 10. So it goes through the rest of today. It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. I've looked forward to being on the pond tour since I started building my pond, and now I'm actually doing it. So,
So did you go and visit any other ponds, or was it just a case that they came to you?
that just people coming here. In years past, I've gone on the tour and visited a bunch of other people's ponds throughout the valley.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it goes over 2 counties, up north and then down here in Salt Lake, and it's been really fun. It's been cool too to actually talk with people who look at my fish and think, "Oh, where'd you get that Tancho Sanke from?" And I'm like, "Oh, you know what you're talking about. This is cool."
Yeah, it is refreshing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, "Oh, that's a pretty fish." But, yeah, they know what's going on, which gives me imposter syndrome a little bit. So I'm like, "Oh shoot, you might know a lot more than I do. So maybe I'm going to be learning from you today."
Well, hey, mate, there's every day's a learning day. Trust me. I mean, there isn't a day goes by that I don't go down to the New Forest where I don't learn something. You know, I'm always learning off of both Ricky, Carl, and Sean. You know, and I've been doing this game for almost 20 years now. So, you know, if you're not learning, you're not evolving, and you know, if you're not evolving, then you're staying stagnant. And oh, we've got a question there for you. Pontor question mark. Is there an open ponds in UK that anyone knows of? I know of open gardens of pop. I honestly don't, mate. I mean, the only thing that I know goes on is what koi clubs there is out there. I know they do pond visits within their club, and then they do club visits where they then go and visit another club's ponds. But as for actual like an open pond for everyone to turn up as and when they want, I've not heard of it. The closest I think has been Koituba Fest, the last 2 years running. But yeah, it's really weird to see how things are done in different countries. You know, I mean, is your pond tour that gets done, is that sort of like an equivalent to like a koi show in effect?
So how it works is it's a self-guided tour where people who want to participate in the pond tour, they go onto the Utah Pond Tour website, and it's $20 to get a ticket, which is good for up to 6 people.
Yeah.
And how it works is you log on your phone, and it shows all the ponds on the tour. I think we have 23 this year, and you scroll through them. They have pictures and descriptions, and when you open them up, you can click on the one you want to go to, and it'll open up your Google Maps, and it'll take you straight to that next pond.
Oh wow. Yeah, we haven't got
And
anything. We haven't got anything like that in the UK.
No.
Does sound good though, doesn't it?
Mm.
But at the
I was
same
on
time,
the board, the pond club board for 5 years, and I think my second year in, we decided we were going to develop that website and that app to work that way, and it works great. Before that, they used to print out books, that we would sell at like the local garden stores and shops and places,
Yeah,
and people could buy them there and then go on the tour. The only problem was if somebody, we'd have to get all the ponds approved for the tour well in advance, and it
yeah,
was a big issue if somebody, I don't know, like a week before the tour called us up and said, we can't do it this year. Actually, it's like the books are already printed, everybody already knows your pond's on the tour, like we can't cancel all these books that have already been printed and are out in the world.
yeah.
So that I think that was a big contributing factor to why we ended up developing the website and doing it that way.
Are you not concerned with whack jobs turning up out of the blue, for a
Uh,
better for a better word?
you know, it crossed my mind because I have this sign out in front of my house that says Pond Tour, and then there's a sign on my gate with an arrow that points to my backyard. I'm like, anybody walking down the street could just be like, oh, I want to go check that out.
Yeah,
Then obviously they haven't paid their $20 ticket, or
Yeah. Well, I kind of figure if somebody did want to walk back here and want to go on the pond tour, it's like, well, I guess the first pond was free. Here's how you get to see the rest of them.
yeah, yeah.
then you have to
There
go
is
on the website.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
be a little concerned about crazies and stuff turning up. You know, there are, believe it or not, there are quite a lot of people out there around the world that are against people keeping carp and any type
Yeah,
of
yeah.
fish. Yeah, there's whack jobs out there that think they shouldn't be kept. Well, 90% of these fish that we're keeping have been bred for what they produce. So it's not
Mhm.
like we've gone out to the nature and then just harvested a load of it. Can you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do
These,
get
these aren't
the
like wild caught fish that are being put in people's
Held
you
in
yards.
do get the
captivity.
extremists, don't you? Everywhere you go.
See, what I would probably do on that with that kind of scenario, especially with like putting a sign out the front, would be probably try to develop it so instead of it actually saying pond tour open pond, you've just got an extremely large QR code out there that when people turn up, they can then scan the QR code, which then gives them the information before they even walk through the back door, which then takes them straight to the website.
Oh, well, yeah, the QR code is probably not a bad idea.
True.
One for you there, Ty.
Yeah, I no, Simon, I like your comment. All my guns are locked up in a safe in the house. I don't.
Yeah.
Ali, I'm new to YouTube. I was stopped watching your video yesterday, Vince, and you mentioned hate mail in the koi world, mate. If you only knew the alphabet, if only you knew the alphabet, but not the right time or place. Drop me an email, I'll give you a call, and yeah, I'll explain it all. But yeah, it's just something that you end up having to put up with because ultimately we are putting ourselves out there by picking the camera up. So you know you're always going to get people that either don't like your face, don't like how you sound, or don't like what you do. Now, most normal human beings will go, well, I don't like him, so I won't watch him. But there's a lot of crazies out there that will watch you just so they can then throw shit at you because they find it amusing.
Sounds
People
like
like
they
that,
need to get a hobby.
you know, and that's one thing I will say. If you're going to become a content creator of any form, whether it be YouTube, TikTok, or any of the other ones that are out there, you really need to get a pretty fucking thick skin. You really do. And that's one of the biggest bits of advice I can give you. Be yourself, never change yourself for others, and, you know, get a thicker skin, because there is going to be shit thrown at you, one form or another, somewhere down the line. But yeah, it is absolutely mental how
Water off
we,
the duck's back.
yeah, it has to, because otherwise it starts fucking around up here, and there's plenty enough out there. And who would believe that there's actually cyberbullying where koi are concerned? You know what I mean? It just blows my mind. Yeah, I'm more than well weathered, bruv.
Yeah,
But
definitely very interesting that how it runs over there, though.
yeah, but they do things completely different. It's like I was talking to Maureen.
Hmm.
All right, darling. All right, darling. Love you.
You're talking to Maureen?
I was talking to Maureen from Keith's Koi Haven at the Koi Show, and I asked her what our national koi show was like in comparison to the All American Koi Show that was in Las Vegas. And her first response was leagues apart.
Mm.
Leagues apart. She said, "Don't get me wrong, it was an enjoyable show, but the way in which the vats were set up and everything else was just completely different. Completely different."
Yeah, how every single vat's covered up and all of that. Where she was saying a lot of the vats over on the Vegas one, it was just in a car park, so the ground's going to be getting a lot more heated as well.
Yeah,
And
Yep.
they've got less cover over the tops of them, so therefore you've got more potential for the koi getting burnt. So
yeah.
yeah, on that
Because
side of things, it's definitely way apart.
white
Yeah,
koi.
I was at the All American show, and
Oh, so you can give us another view then.
oh yeah, I mean, I'd never been to a koi show before. This was my first time ever being to one.
Yeah.
So I don't have anything to compare it to. It was a really cool experience, but it was in a parking lot. No, I was surprised that there wasn't some sort of covering over the fish or anything, but it was so windy that day. All the vendors who were out along like the outside periphery of the show,
Yeah.
they had like little like pop-up tents that were over their booths and things, and those things were getting blown away. People were just standing there holding their stuff while they were talking to you, trying to keep it from all flying away.
Yeah.
So,
Again, that's also part of the
it was
issue where
getting so windy. Maybe that's part of the reason they didn't have coverings over the tubs.
But isn't it very dusty in Las Vegas?
Yeah. Oh, there
You know,
was dirt and stuff that was getting kicked up into the tubs and things. It was, yeah, that part wasn't great, but the show itself was cool. I really enjoyed getting to see all the fish and talk to people about koi, and I don't know. I talked to people in my local pond club about this stuff, but it was
yeah.
neat to get to experience talking to other folks who I don't know.
So
Yep.
what was the biggest fish they had on show there?
Oh, I think it might have been a Karashi goi, the biggest fish. Oh no, it was a what are they called? Starts with the net. It's a completely red fish.
Benny guy.
Yes, yeah, Benny goi. That thing was a monster. I think that was the biggest one. But the two that were up for grand champion, the Kohaku that won and the Senki, those fish were massive.
When you say massive, what sort of ballpark are we talking?
I mean, just I didn't actually, see what they were measured out to, but they had to be pushing a meter.
Nice.
Yeah.
How we doing, Gary? Check your text messages. I did reply to you. But yeah, when it comes to our national koi show, it takes them, I think it's just over a week to get everything set up.
Mm.
That's all the stalls for the vendors, all the vats for the koi, all the everything. Just over a week, and every vat has its own air supply. It has a trickle in, trickle out. It's the amount of work they put in to safeguard the koi is absolutely unreal. Absolutely unreal. And
so going back to the All American, while we're on the subject, so it was Jennifer Anston that actually won with the Kohaku that measured in at 89 centimeters. It was also congrats to its owner Polo Reef, as well as Dainichi. Well, Polo Reef is also part of, from what I'm reading here, part of Fitz Aquatic.
Right.
Yep.
And that's the one that I believe there is rumors along the side of that only went to them like 2 weeks before the show.
I believe it.
That's part of the rumor that they literally had it delivered 2 weeks before the show from Japan.
Yeah, well, that's one thing with the national koi show. Any fish that you take to the show, they have to have been in your pond or a pond that is on your property for at least minimum of 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it 30 days? No, it's 30 days. Not 3 weeks, it's 30 days. So, well, you might as well say a month.
Yeah,
you've got to, you pretty much got to have owned it in your pond for a month.
Yeah, Polo Reef, I think they took like 6 fish to the show. I'm learning a lot from you guys right now about how these things work. I do wonder though, because I believe it was Sean McHenry from Mystic Koi, and I'm trying to remember the name of the guys in Vegas, the pond builders out there. They collaborated to put on the show.
Oh, you mean with Greg Wickstock?
Sorry?
Greg Wickstock and Ed.
I don't think
I believe Greg was there.
Oh, Greg was there? Huh.
Yeah, you had Greg there, you had Fitz Aquatic was there. Obviously, you had Evo as well from the Koi partner. Yep. He was there. There was quite a few of the bigger names at the show, as well as obviously the ones that originally opened the show, which were people that from each of the farms.
Yeah. No, Eric Triplett was there, the pond digger. That was cool. I chatted with him for a minute. But I think they organized and put this whole thing together in 3 months once they announced they were going to do it. So I wonder what kind of show they could put on if they had a full year to plan and prepare for it.
Yeah, definitely. But have you got a body in your country that's spread over the koi? Well, I mean, over here we've got BKKS, which is the British Koi Keepers Society. and they are the ones that organise and run the National Koi Show.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you could become a member of the BKKS for a year for like £17, and that money then goes towards things like shows and things like that.
Yes, we what is it called? The AKCS, I think. I'm gonna get this wrong. Give me a second. I don't want my phone to turn my head.
Ty's just going to go and Google it. But yep, good afternoon to everyone that's joined in. Marcus, Gary, our man Dino's in, Teresa's in. How we all doing? I made a short with painting. Nice. How's the front pond coming on now? Is that settled down? I was literally doing scrapes 15 minutes before I come online.
It's the AKCA, the Associated Koi Clubs of America.
All right.
And that's the only body that I am aware of that, I don't know, puts
Deals with koi
things together through the different koi clubs throughout the U.S. So,
question for you.
What
made you go for an out of ground pond like you have and not go for more of what we see in America as a traditional pond with a bunch of rocks and stuff in it? Why didn't you go down that route?
I blame all of you guys.
What?
Honestly. I went through several iterations when I was trying to design and figure out where my pond was going to go and what it was going to be shaped like and how it would look. I just really loved and appreciated the way that dedicated koi ponds look, and the only place I was really seeing them built and is in the UK and in Europe. You guys build koi ponds really well. And I figured I didn't want to compromise on what I was doing. It's a lot more work to build a koi pond this way than to dig a hole and stick a liner in and, build some shelves and stick rocks all over it.
Yep.
And no, and I think I'm oversimplifying that approach to pond building. I do think there is an art to it in being able to arrange the rocks the right way so that it aesthetically looks nice and is enjoyable. It's not the kind of koi pond I wanted. In my opinion, this is just me, I don't really see them as koi ponds. Just because you stick koi in the pond doesn't mean that it's built for the koi.
Yeah.
No, you can keep anything, and
Yeah.
Some people like what we've got in our main one. We've got tension there.
Mm-hmm.
You can keep your pumpkins in there over in other countries.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there are still various animals, other fish that you can put in a koi pond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether it's any good for them or not is a different matter. Because, like Shane said, if you put tension and stuff like that into a koi pond, when it comes to parasites, a lot of tension won't take malachite green and formalin, PP, stuff like that. Sturgeons are another one. They get sold alongside koi without the correct information, and then when they get big and they keep Simon. Fucking butterfly abomination. Piss off.
Wait, I missed it.
Nice one, Si.
He's throwing me off track now. Twat.
How to screw with Vince's brain. Just mention that beautiful fish.
Anyway, Simon, I sent you a fucking link.
He's probably got good weather, so he's probably out in the garden working. Because that always makes a change.
He's off for the next 2 weeks, so he's got plenty of fucking time to do that.
Yeah, he wants to get it done and have a bit of time to relax before going back to work. So yeah, Gagab's asking there whether you have any issues with like freezing over where you are.
Oh, it gets cold here. Greatest snow on earth. That's what they say about Utah. It's yeah, we get a decent amount of snow. Luckily, down in the valley, it doesn't get as cold as it does up in the mountains.
Yeah, well, that's why they ended up doing the Winter Olympics there all them years ago, isn't it?
Yeah, they just announced that it was going to be in Salt Lake again for 2034.
Yeah,
which that's pretty cool. I remember when I was a kid when it came here in 2002, and now that I live in like Salt Lake City itself, I think that's going to be a really cool experience to have. I don't know. But to get back to your question really quick about why I built my pond the way I did, I love and appreciate lots of different kinds of ponds and how you can put them together and make them work. I didn't want to have to drain my pond and power wash out all the gravel on the bottom and stuff. I wanted something that I was just going to be able to enjoy my fish and not have to maintain a whole lot.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I would call that a total balls ache having to do that every other year.
Yeah,
it's not just that. It's you've then got to find somewhere to put the fish while you're stripping the pond down. Chris Lester, I've got a good question.
What's that?
Fire away, Chris.
Fire away.
But yeah, don't get me wrong. I love to see a really nice in-ground pond, but I like to see an in-ground pond that hasn't got a shit ton of fucking quarry across the bottom of it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, if they're set up right, the stone and the gravel that's put in does become the filtration for the pond. But
Yeah,
having all that stone and stuff in there also brings the opportunity to harbour bad bacteria. It gives them something that they can damage themselves against. And if you're spending X amount out on a beautiful cancho, the last thing you want is it to have a pissed off moment, flick against a load of rocks and take out a load of scales, or like my Kia Ceres,
or literally physically cut itself.
Yeah. So, but again, like koi varieties and what you like is subjective because someone else might think it's absolutely ugly. Like my views on them things, abominations, you know. I mean, I know a gentleman that's actually got, and I actually said on camera, that's pretty fish. I mean, he's got a platinum butterfly. Now, the only reason I thought it was pretty was one, the skin condition, the foot green, and the scaling was absolutely perfect. But even though it had elongated fins, the ends of the fins themselves weren't tattered. They still had that fin shape to them. So even though they were elongated, they didn't look all tatty and ratty, which was what happens to most butterfly koi when they get bigger. And he actually told me that was actually his 8th platinum butterfly because of that reason. Because it got to a point and then fins started going raggedy tatty, and he didn't want it no more because that's not what he wanted in that variety of fish. So to be able to actually find one Yeah, but that's one in how many fucking hundreds I've seen over the years, and I thought they're just fucking disgusting. You know, but again, that is subjective again.
You say one.
Chris Lester says, why are some koi people not very helpful to the novice? We all have to start somewhere. There are people out there that are. You're fucking not wrong there, Chris. You are
Yep.
not wrong there. But you will find that in any hobby out there, any hobby, whether it be on YouTube or not, you will always have those that look down on people that aren't at their perceived level. Put it that way for politeness sake. How we doing, Simon?
How we doing? You all right?
Yeah, I
Are
do.
you actually doing some building on your build, or are you just scratching your nuts with your vape again?
No, I'm scratching my nuts.
It fucking doesn't surprise me. Yeah.
Literally scratching his nuts, having a vape, and just pretty much feeding the koi.
I've got 2 weeks off. I've got no rush. I've got to have a bit of a break, haven't I?
Yeah, but surely it'd be better to have that break at the end, knowing that you've had a productive start.
Yes, but I'm in a routine, aren't I? Where I work weekdays. So come tomorrow, it's a weekday, so I'll get cracked on.
Yeah.
Oh, George, what's my favorite koi variety and why? Ooh, I think I really enjoy Showas. I think what it is watching the sumi develop. I enjoy watching that kind of change over time and seeing what the fish is going to actually end up looking like. That's kind of fun to me. I think that's why I like Showas.
Yeah, the Showas, Shiros, they're definitely a patience fish, that's for sure.
Yeah, but if you truly want a fish that was always technically evolving its pattern, then we all know what one is always in the pond, always changing.
Oh, that's that on that shirt, your Matt's Club.
Yep, that thing
I think
can
I'm also a
change.
gambler a little bit. That's why I like Showas.
But you can get yourself a real nice looking shower at, say, Nisai, and then as it grows, either the sumi won't come back when it drops off, or the Benny deteriorates. You know, there's always that risk of one thing just tipping the balance from being a nice shower to that looks shit.
Mm.
Can you see what I mean?
Yeah.
My Easter shower one. Fucking the Benny on it's beautiful. When
Your
I bought
Easter
it, don't start one. Mind you, my Hoskin shower is looking absolutely sweet though.
Yeah.
Did you say fucking Isa Kahaku?
Yeah.
Yes,
Has it literally dropped all this fucking sumi?
No, not all of it, but it's dropped a fucking big chunk of it.
Oh.
Fucking big chunk of it. Yeah. And for the last 2 years, it still hasn't come back. And if it doesn't come back by the start of next season, then she is going. And it is
How
a
old is
shit.
it now?
I mean, that was the one that Mike bought me. Quenikoi.
What will it be now? Sansai?
Yeah, gotta be.
Yeah, that
She's
would
got
be
3 years old now. She's got a fucking beautiful body on her. Got a little bit of cut pox on her fins still, but she got a beautiful body on her. And when I, like I say, I bowled her up, I think it must have been a year ago, and the sumi was there. Now it's all dropped off, and it's just a waiting game now.
Yeah.
But the Kaneko Shiro has now developed fucking secondary Benny on the right hand pec fin. Yep. But again, that's another fucking female, and I want a male. So my last hope now is on the Omasako Shiro that is growing really slowly.
Yep.
And I'm going to have to borrow a swimming pool from someone because I got to try and spawn my New Forest Shiro female.
She's still plump.
Plump is an overstatement. I mean, myself and Rick was talking about it on Friday, and looking at
Swimming
the
pool?
shape.
Dan, I've got a 7 foot by 5 foot sitting in the shed. Oh, now he's gone. Vince is
Yeah,
like,
it's only a little one I need, because what I want to do is I want to chuck the female Shiro out to the put the female Shiro in with the male Kitsuri, not because I want anything off of them, it's because I know it's a definite male, and I just want to try and get any eggs out of her that are in there, because then we will be able to tell whether the actual, because she's looking plump on the back end like you would when they're carrying a lot of eggs, but it's got a roundness to it as well. So we're actually thinking that when she did a kamikaze attack and decided to jump out the pond while I was at the forest that day, that was when Susan came home and revived. We're wondering if she hasn't done something internal, and that, along with the egg, is what's making her so out of shape on the back end. But we won't be able to tell that until I can get the eggs out. And the only way we'll be able to do that is borrowing a swimming pool off of someone, but it's got to be a metal framed one, because
well, the one that I've got in the in the shed opposite the koi house is the same size pretty much as what Rick uses down at the farm.
Right, hang on. Yeah, we got some questions in there. Done that one. But I could honestly say you are very helpful, and you are helpful. Thank you very much, Chris. It means a lot. Only been saying to everyone. Yeah, every day is a school day, Simon.
Whoa. Boom.
What?
Boom. Super chat.
We just had a super chat.
Super chat.
Oh, mate, thank you very much. Too bad super chat. Mind you, who's cooking fucking garlic? Oh, my fucking son's in the kitchen. Nothing worse than the smell of garlic.
Oh, I love the smell of garlic, mate. What are you talking about?
Thank you very much, Daniel. YouTube takes 30% of that, but thank you very, very much. That means an absolute fucking I don't get them very often, but when I do, thank you very, very much. Just tickles my day. Right, I forgot what I was saying now.
So Chris has put there, he went to the BKKS and a certain stall holder said that there's a certain person who was a vulture. He's always at it. We all know who he's referring to. Oh, is that another one coming through? Carl and Lisa?
Well, thank you very much, Carl. Hey! Yeah, Chris, honestly, I can't stomach the stink of it. And the thing was, one of the main ingredients to the new Mega Munga mix that Rick put together is fucking garlic. It's not so bad when it's in powder form, but when you add that bloody hot water to dilute it down, by Christ, does it stink then. But it's good for the fish. So
yeah, there's also a question there for Ty as well.
Question for Ty.
Does he cover the pond or heat it over there for winter, or do you bring indoors?
I'm planning on covering it for the winter. I just haven't figured out how I'm gonna do that with the spillways and stuff yet.
Yeah, we was talking about that off the other day.
Yeah, you and I were talking about that. I don't know. I have the pergola that's built over it. It does have the clear roof paneling that goes over the whole top. I may just turn the whole thing into one big enclosure, but I might just get I forget what it's called. The clear panels that corrugated, the corrugated panels.
Polycarb.
Those over the very top of the pond where the coping stones wrap around the top.
Yeah.
I might just have that cover the top and close it up that way for the winter. I've thought about getting an air source heat pump, but those things are spendy.
Pretty expensive, yeah.
Mate, honestly,
the efficiencies
on
them are challenging in the winter if it's not enclosed somehow. So,
but mate, honestly, it will change your koi game. Honest to God. I mean, Simon will tell you, I used to be against air source heat pumps and all that sort of thing. And then I got the one from Rick that I had to spend a bit of money on to get it running. But since I've had that running, boy, has it been a game changer.
Yeah.
And in all honesty, if I could find another one at a decent price, I would get it ready for the pond rebuild, because I would then put one on the main pond as well. And that is literally just to maintain it at a level through the winter.
Yeah.
And
I did plug the filtration system so that I have the ability to add one. But
that's like 2 out of 3 though, V.
I'm sorry?
I'm just saying there is because you were saying about the plastic. Were you referring to the same plastic as what's on the pergola?
No, I'm gonna do the corrugated panels. I think they keep
the actual double
better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when they have like the 2 layers to them with the
polycarb.
Yeah.
How we doing, Humbert?
That's what you put on yours in it, Si. Over the top of yours in the winter.
Well,
did you get rid of your ones? Yeah.
No, I've got rid of them. I didn't have polycarb on. It was just homemade covers. What just had like polystyrene in, but it's cut out too much light. So I ain't got rid of them, but I don't put them on anymore.
What temperature do you set your air source heat pump for over the winter?
Winter, I just hold it about 10 degrees.
Yeah, so that's what I want, is just to be able to maintain that one temperature through the winter, and then stop the fluctuations through the summer.
Yeah.
Shane, do you have your fancy
calculator? Sitting actually 18 degrees.
I said, do you have your fancy calculator on hand? I don't know what the conversion is for 10 degrees. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit.
Hang on, I'm on it.
You're asking me?
So it's 50, Ty.
Oh, 50 degrees? Okay. That makes sense.
Unfortunately, we haven't got it set up on here that I can actually go in. I don't think anyway. Let me just see.
I honestly don't know what happened today, Shane.
We'll see if Fish Rambling's in here.
So there was a question in here for Simon.
No, it's not.
From my mate Gary.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got a VAT for Junior Koi Show. Yep.
Sweet.
I don't know about nationals though.
He's doing the national next year. He's going to do the national with me next year. He told me the other day.
Well, he's going to do a national against you next year, not with you.
Well, you know what I mean. Nothing wrong with healthy competition,
It's always a bit of banter.
mate. There's nothing wrong with healthy competition, but
I need to get some more fish first.
fuck off. You've got plenty of fish that you could take.
I haven't.
I want to see them two chagoys in a show back.
Two. I've only got one. Well, one of yours anyway.
That's what I mean. You got one. You got two chagoys, haven't you?
I've got three.
Fucking hell. So who are the other two from?
One's Adam Bayer and one's Urasawa.
And the other one is Twisted Koi. Hey.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, yeah,
San,
Go on.
with you heating your pond to 10 degrees or 50 degrees, what you're not trying to feed them through the winter, right? You're just trying to maintain the temperature so it's easier.
Just maintain a stable temperature to keep them comfortable more than anything. Just to stop,
Okay.
just to stop the temperature swinging, stop it dropping too low. If they come up looking for food, then I'll give them a little bit, but nothing. I won't give them a lot. Just literally an handful or something like that.
Okay.
Well, that's it. But yeah, in regards to temperature, it's literally just to keep them comfortable and keep it stable.
Yeah, as I say, it's mainly to stop those swings, especially over here. I mean, we've had it already through what is supposed to be our summer, where we've gone from 22 degrees water temperature down to fucking 16 in the space of 24 hours, and then 48 hours later we're then back up to 22 degrees, and you see what I mean? Because of our weather the way it is, there's no real consistency, so the temperature of the pond constantly up and down. So that is for us, an air source heat pump is just no brainer, but it's finding a good one at the right price.
Obviously, for those that are looking for the minis as well, don't always go for the ones just because they're labeled as a Koi air source. You can actually get the as we've spoken about before, the mini ones that they use for swimming pools.
Yeah, but that's basically what I've got, and you'll find most air source heat pumps
smaller than that.
That is their main purpose, is for swimming pools and stuff like that.
Spitfire.
Yeah.
Oh, love a Spitfire. Mine are feeding like mad. Yep, mine are, mate. But I scraped earlier on, and I got fucking white spot and fucking fluke.
The double whammy.
Now I expected to have white spot a week or two after the show, but not almost a fucking month. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah, but then again, could that also be because of what you said as well? And that, a little while back, with how the temperatures have just been swinging as well. It's just been laying dormant.
Yeah.
And where the temperatures are going up and down, it's just triggered it.
Yeah. Yeah, and this all goes back to what we're saying about stopping those fluctuations. And the other thing is, when I do rebuild, I will be putting a clear corrugated roof over the top, and that is purely to stop fucking birds getting in. I got a problem with pigeons and thrushes around here. No, not thrushes, starlings. They flock around here like something rotten. I mean, literally, the houses opposite us, they fill the roof, and you can hear it from indoors when they all take off at the same time. So yeah, I will definitely be putting a clear corrugate over the top, and
we get a lot of pigeons and seagulls around here. We never used
So
to see any seagulls. Never used to see any seagulls, you know. But then when COVID come and they locked everyone down, all seagulls started
Yeah.
coming inland.
Yeah, because no one was feeding them at the fucking seaside.
Yep. So Colin Lisa's
Chris,
put a question there.
Carl and Lisa,
Yep.
how to clear white spot? Malachite green formalin.
Yeah, which is why
Am I
a lot of
lagging?
people use the yeah, you are a little bit. So yeah, that's why a lot of people use air source heat pumps so they can maintain that temperature, which is exactly what we were just talking about.
Yeah, definitely. So, what do you know? What you're taking to the show yet, Si?
Or is it whatever?
I know two I'm taking. I know two I'm taking, but as for the rest of them, I ain't got a clue yet. Because, like I say, I joined this. I jumped on it pretty much last minute. I think there were only 2 vats left, or 1 vat left, or whatever. So I've not really had much time to decide what I'm taking, or really to prepare any fish or anything like that. So I've literally got 2 months to decide what I want to take, to put a bit of body on them, hope some sumi comes up, and then I'm just going to have to decide closer to the time. Otherwise, I could end up with about 3 fish.
Honestly, nothing wrong with that. You're still putting your hand in the fucking ring. You're still saying, "Look, this is me." And it's not just about the actual fish; it's about the keeper as well. Because if the keeper has kept the fish to the right way, then it's going to be good no matter what.
Mm.
And like you, even though I said right last minute, fuck it, I'm going to do it. And mate, you've got no excuse not to come and join me next year.
We'll see.
I'm
going to pick me fish up tomorrow. What's been in quarantine? They've finished quarantine now, so I'm going to fetch them tomorrow.
Is that from Oki?
No, it's from Shosha.
All right, that's what's his name, who was part of Quenicoi, isn't
it? Mike.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, they were from Dainichi auctions in December and January. They got shipped in May, and they've just recently finished QT, so I'm gonna go and fetch them.
Fucking get you bidding on the Japanese auctions,
mate. It's crazy. It's crazy.
But it's absolutely nuts.
So unreal.
Go on, Ed.
Definitely an experience.
So you got 2 fish coming?
Yep.
So go on. How much did those 2 fish cost, including the shipping and everything else, to give people an idea? Come on.
Are you seriously asking me how much they cost?
So what? The missus don't watch.
Right.
I don't know.
The reason I asked because I've never even actually seen a Japanese auction online, let alone be part of one.
You can't bid on. You can't bid on them. Yourself. You don't bid on them. You have to bid on them through a dealer.
Yeah.
So you have access to the the auction itself. You can see all the fish that are listed and things like that. But you have to you submit your bids to whichever dealer you choose to take part in it for you, and then they'll bid on it, and well, you'll either win it or you won't.
Yeah, you just put your reserve, tell them how much you want to go up to.
Yeah. Well,
And just
well,
pretty much
prices
sit back
depending
Right.
depending
Okay
on
then.
auction. Depending on auction. I mean, some on them. To be fair, some on them are quite reasonable. Like Dainichi Toyota auctions, some of them fishing there are quite reasonable. But then you start going into other auctions such as your Narita and things like that, and some of them they're just absolutely obscene.
All right. I'll reword it then. Don't tell us how much you paid for the actual fish, but what were all the extra charges that you had to pay for it to get transported from Dainichi to Shosha and then to you?
Right. Well, you see, that's the thing because everything, my bit, whatever. Well, I suppose it might. I suppose it depends on dealer who you go through, but the way that Mike works it, Mike and Lee at Shosha, the way they work it is when you submit a bid to them, that bid includes everything. So that
It
includes
shipping.
the fish, it includes shipping, it
Yep.
includes QT, and then if you want it postage, you have to pay your postage, 30 quid or whatever it is. But everything else, shipping, fish, QT, all that's included. So whatever price you bid, that's to include everything. But I suppose, like I say, I suppose other dealers might do it differently.
Mhm. That's almost
You
exactly.
swerved that really well, didn't you?
Swerve that
No.
like a true Boris.
No, like I say though, to be fair, some on them you can get, really good fish for really reasonable prices. Some on them, you would be quite surprised as to what you can get them for, but a lot of them do go for really, really stupid money.
Mhm. So
You can look at
while
some.
we're on the question of stupid money, then
What's that? Stupid
No.
money. What?
Who's lagging
hang
here?
on.
I think it's V. Yeah, he backed up. You had to restart. Well, it says here on the Koi forum that it depends on obviously where it's coming from or everything else and number of, but it's not really a ballpark figure as such. But they say you can see Tosai getting transferred from 95 up to about 900.
Say that again.
Just for the transfer, they're saying depending on obviously the quality and things like that, you can do it from like 95 quid up to 900 quid.
What, from Japan to UK?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's going to depend, innit, on what you buy.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're buying small fish, average quality, they'd probably expect you to buy boxes on them to get shipped over. They're not just going to ship one of them fish.
No, you got to buy a bulk. So say you're looking at.
And obviously, the more fish you buy, then obviously for dealer, the cheaper it becomes.
Yes, of course. But they're saying here, if they're labeled 7 to 8 inch and say you've got, 10 of them, they can roughly range about 80 quid-ish each. So if you were to work out what a box would cost in total, when you break that down to individual cost, then it works out about 80 quid a fish. That's in that box.
I don't know. I reckon a bag of water would probably cost about 200 quid.
Right,
So
am I
basically,
back?
people take it. Yeah, you're back.
Right, I think I've done
So,
that. So I'm
can we
about to switch to
explain
the phone.
what a tosai is? So yeah, a tosai is a koi that is 1 year and under. No, 1 year and over. Because
It's first year.
Yeah, first year.
Yeah. So from when it's spawned, hatches, and then you go through the summer, through
Yeah,
the
you go
winter,
tosai, then
you
nisai.
come back to the spring, and then you've pretty much hit your point. So that is Tosai,
Mm-hmm.
and then add another year onto that, and then you got Nisai,
Mm-hmm.
and so forth, and so on, and so on.
Yeah, I think Japanese tend to class it as when it's at its first season in mud pond, don't we?
I believe so.
Yeah.
So when they go out to the pond, and then when they then harvest to take into the shop
And they
or
become
into the
Nissa.
koi houses to grow on more there and take the ones out that they want to keep in the pond, out in the mud ponds, they keep out in the mud ponds to grow more.
Good, Gary. We'll have to get you on here one week. Gary's actually volunteered to fiberglass my pond for me when I get it rebuilt.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah, you ain't wrong there, Ollie. Jesus Christ, I had all of the Black Country boys here one day, and fuck me, was it confusing. But honest to God, there was a couple of times where I just stood there and every time I was going, he say,
Mm-hmm.
loving the bits, mind. Good lads. Haven't seen Kopi for a while. Hope he's doing all right.
Yeah, I haven't seen Kobe for a bit.
Anytime, Asterix. How's your pond doing, Asterix, buddy? And if you don't know Asterix Board and Koi, get across, give him a subscribe as well. Another good lad, as well as my man Gary Collier 625, who originally started his YouTube channel just because he wanted to get more subscribers than his granddaughter. But he did say that he would fiberglass my pond for me.
So when's the build starting?
Mate, it's funds really more than anything.
Mm.
I mean, I've priced up the bits for the shower, and just for the new shower, I'm looking at what 80 or quid just in.
Yeah, but you don't have to put that on straight away, do you?
No, but it is an integral part of the filter system, the way I'm going to build it.
Yeah, but you could just start off with a moving bed. Because you were on about putting the shower above your moving bed, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, the plan is to either go from a drum like yours to the pumps, up through the tempests, over the shower, down into the bio chamber, which then gravity returns back to the pond. So I could, if I did it that way, I could put the tempests in and literally just drop a piece of pipe down, I suppose.
Yep.
But yeah, every time I look at the list and then I go outside and I look in the filter house and I think of something else to add to the list, and the list just gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
As you know,
But
that's how it goes. Mine was exactly the
mate,
same. I just thought it'd be a case of, build the koi house, bang in a couple of IBCs, and fucking jobs are good. But nope, it all changes. And next thing I know, I've got a load of concrete blocks set up a garden.
Gavin's asking, will the new pond be pumped? And always gravity fed, mate. And one thing I will always advise people, if you're going to build a pond, if you are able, bottom drain, gravity feed every time. Whether
Yeah,
it's
that's what
a
I'm doing on tank 2.
whether it's a sump bottom drain or a 4-inch 90 with a Tommy drain tank connector, you know, gravity over pump all day long. So I'll be gravity feeding into the drum or the settlement chamber, and then I'll be pump feeding through the Tempest and over the shower. And then once the shower's into the biochamber, that will then return by gravity via 2 3-inch pipes going through the wall.
Yeah.
So in effect, it's a combination of gravity and pump fed.
Mm-hmm.
But in doing that, should also give me a little bit more room in lung block. Not a lot, but a little bit.
Maybe get a quarter of a foot turn more.
Maybe.
Maybe. You ain't gonna be able to get a full foot turn in there yet, but you get in there.
Asterix is saying, pond all okay. We went to the Crouch Valley koi section yesterday and I bought 2 koi, Gimmer and a Chiba.
A normal achiever.
Chiba, good day yesterday and a good show video out tonight. Sweet. I'll be looking forward. No fucking way.
Oh,
You are
shit.
fucking joking me. No, man, no.
Yeah.
What's going off? I can't say.
Yes, Daniel. So Daniel has just dropped a 100 donation in the chat and says you best get building that shower.
You know.
What a guy.
Who's done that?
Wow.
Daniel Merrill.
Who?
Daniel Merrill.
Right.
V.
Daniel Merrill. I'm just
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of building my
Oh, shush, Simon. V. Deep breath, sunshine.
No, what a guy. That's so awesome.
Deep breaths, V. If you need to take a minute, take a minute. As you can see, guys, it does mean a hell of a lot for what you guys do just by being here. You know, we're here just literally doing exactly the same thing as what you're doing, but we're just talking about it each week. You know, it's just a place for us all to come out, hang out, and then we all learn. And it's having guys like you guys coming through and supporting that helps us to grow and learn more as we learn. You guys also learn through the lives. You know, that's what we all do together as a community at the end of the day.
Wow, thank you.
That's
Someone
mad,
needs to
that.
get in more than a cherry cake. Oh, cherry coke even. Yeah, he's going to need something more than that. I think he's going to need a 2-liter.
I do apologise, people. I do
Never apologize, mate. It's overwhelms.
Wow.
Fucking absolutely smash that out the park. Home fucking run.
From the... Thank you.
You
Take
better
it.
get building now, aren't you?
Oh, it will, Gavin. It will. It will.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just take your time, mate. You give a lot to everyone. So, and we know for a fact how much this pond needs to be built. Yeah. For what you want to do. So yeah. Take your deep breaths. Slow and fucking steady.
Just wow.
Indeed, Dan. Indeed. Nothing you can say, mate. Your actions right now tells off of more than the words than you can ever describe. Yeah? You're showing that on straight to us. Just take that overwhelming moment, because that's what it is.
Thank you.
There you go. Gav's even tried putting a comment in to make you fucking laugh.
Cheers, big ears.
Can I suggest you put an overflow on your new pond so it doesn't fucking feel overflow with rain?
I honestly, I don't know what to say other than thank you.
Them words are well strong enough, mate.
I can't even see the comment.
You need to go and fucking have a sort yourself out of a smoke. Even a half. Oi, oi, Jigsy. Jigsy Treacle.
I'll be back in a minute,
Indeed,
guys.
Chris. Indeed. Yeah, he's just going to take a fucking little moment, guys. He'll be back. You fucking absolutely wrecked him. Absolutely wrecked him. Talking of overflowing, I need to go and turn off my top off. Yeah, Gav, that would definitely be a good fucking option, mate. Yeah, indeed, Jigs. Indeed, mate. But yeah, I kind of even though it was for me, it's kind of knocked us all on the fucking on a quiet spell there, guys. Because yeah, that is definitely an amazing thing there.
Yeah, it's a nice gesture, that.
Very
Yeah,
nice
what a-
gesture.
Gosh.
Vince boy, I can't offer as much in the way of likes of money, but if you ever need help in hand to building the next one, I'll always have a hand to give him a hand. Brand, we will let him know. I'll send him a message as well, and he'll reach out. FanFet Steve's put an overflow on the first filter bay. That way you send dirty water straight to the bottom drain to waste. Yeah, there is always a way of doing that. Yeah, Dino, we all know you gave him fucking a shit ton of solvent world. Yeah, we definitely know that. And FanFet, that is always a good way as well. So on my main filter, on the main pond, if it fills up too much, then yeah, that's what it does. Overflow comes straight out, straight to waste. So therefore, there's no issues with it going, just constantly flowing with heavy duty rain, just filling it up. Always have a way to send it out. Even with the small pond, I just literally bored a 38 mil hole in the block work. So when I come to doing it, I'm just going to fit a little bit of pipe in there with an end cap on it, on a 90, and then send it up the garden. So if that pond then ever does overflow, it just sends it straight down the pipe work. And obviously, I'll make sure that the end of it that's actually at the pond has got some kind of plastic grate or something like that on it. Whether I even have to take an end cap, like the little blanking caps, and just get a junior hacksaw blade and just cut them out myself. And that way, it just stops any of your fish getting, you know, up the garden. Because that would be one of the worst things, I think. And Dio's like, yeah, it didn't cost me a thing. What the fuck? From the stores at work. Yeah, we know, Dino. We know. Oh, you little fucker. But yeah, it's definitely more. What's everyone else's plans for this week? Si, we know what you're doing.
Yeah, I'll be. I think it's going to stay nice weather, so I'll probably be outside most of the time building and that.
Yeah. Because yeah, let me have a quick look for your around your way, Si, for you. I'll get my radar up.
I think it's getting pretty nice most of the week.
You've got no excuse. You've got 2 weeks. Get it done. I want to see water in there before Christmas.
Yeah,
Your boy deserves his little pond.
it does.
He does indeed. He's a good lad. He did well with that Jaguar, didn't he?
Yeah, I did.
So from what I'm seeing,
I can disagree with that one, Atsumi. I can disagree with that one because our Rick from New Forest Koi Farm is as transparent as clear paper. Well, clear. It is as clear. He is as clear as perfectly fucking clear glass.
yeah. But then again, Asubi is in Japan, and we do know that obviously over there they will hold back more information because a lot of them they don't want to be talking that could get back to future dealers when it comes to the Breeders' Championship. Because they always want to hold back some information so that they don't seem so transparent, so that it makes it more of a competition. Because if they all knew exactly what everybody does, what everybody's feeding regime is, and all of that, then it's going to take complete fun out of the whole breeder competition out there.
Well, it might be in Japan, but I mean, Rick,
exactly.
He'll tell you exactly what he's feeding, when he's feeding, how he's feeding it.
Yep,
You know, and that is one of the reasons why I love the man so much, and the fact that he has taught me so much, and I'm still learning from him. And to be treated like part of the team, you know, it just yeah, living as Phil from Telford Koi said when he joined the live, I think it was last week or the week before, living the dream. And yes, living the dream is right, but I just wish I could do more days than I do down there. But as Rick said, I know your body. If I could, I'd be there 7 days a week working for them. But yeah, you know, so just to be able to do what we do twice a week down there, just mind blowing. I am gutted with the fact that we lost all the fish from the Twisted Rocket Pond when we had the electric problems, because looking at the size of Rick's fish in his 2 ponds in the Mega Manga Tunnel, mate, they are huge, absolutely huge. We're talking some are 30 centimeters plus.
Yeah.
And they are eating machines at the moment. Absolute eating machines. And I just look back at the fish that we put in originally that we lost, and some of them Aragokis would be absolutely stunning now. So when we harvest the Munga ponds, we'll be harvesting the Rocket Pond at the same time, and there will be a noticeable difference between the two, because we had extra small fish go in later on down the line. And well, we just had a question for Ty there. Ty, when you building your grow on? Now you finished your deck.
I don't know. I have no freaking idea, man. Yeah, I got so much stuff I gotta get done. The grow on pond, I need to get the deck. I want to finish the deck, get that further along before I can really start thinking about building the grow on pond. I'm guessing I would love it if I could pull it off and get it done before winter this year, but realistically, I don't think it's going to happen. That might end up having to be a spring project.
Yep.
Is this because you're over engineering it, or because you're worried that your deck isn't going to hold it?
Maybe both, but also, um,
No worries, Dino.
stuff's expensive. You know, I working on my pond and building my
Do
deck.
know, bro.
Work on them on the
Yeah.
weekend when I have money to spend on them.
Yeah.
So we'll get there. And honestly, I just need to get the rest of my pond finished.
Mm-hmm.
The inside is done, the filter room's done, but I don't like seeing all the block work, everything. I want to get that covered up or dressed up somehow. So
That's it. My voice made me a tea. He was watching the live.
Well done, boy.
that's where I'm at
Sorry,
with
mate.
it. I have no idea.
So
No idea.
what sort of size literage are you looking at, though, mate?
I'm guessing I might go somewhere around 800 gallons. I have no idea what that is.
Hang on.
250 gallons is
I need
roughly
a
1,000
I
liters.
can like tape right here.
Yeah, so you're looking about 2,800 liters,
Okay.
somewhere around there.
I have no idea what a good size grow out pond is. I just feel like that's a good enough size.
Well, I've got
Yes.
3.
It works out at 3,028 liters.
It's not
That's
too
a
bad.
fucking pretty decent grow on one.
That is a decent amount of water. I mean, the 3 systems that I've got, you've got the IBC tank, that's 1,000 liters.
Yep.
The toe-side tank is, I think it's 16 or 1,800 liters, and the growing on tank is 1,500 liters. But that's not including the filter systems.
Yeah, not including your filters and all of that.
Maybe I'm planning this thing too big then.
The ones the two that one we've built and one we're finishing off, they both come out at about 1,300 minus. Well, obviously you add on the excess water as well for the easy pods and everything, all the filters.
I mean, I know you're building a big building construction, Simon, but the 2 tanks that you're putting in, what literage are you looking at for those?
Well, mine will be, I think, just the pond itself will be 4,000 litres. And then my son's will probably be about, guessing that, because I mean I haven't started building it yet, or not even really properly measured it, to be honest with you, but I'd imagine his will probably be about maybe 1,500 litres, something like that.
Yeah, so about the size of my tank in Long Block.
Mm-hmm.
You see, where I
Other than I think bio for mine will be, I think it works out about 750 litres or something like that.
yeah, that's big. That's a big grow on.
Yeah. Well, I want to be able to put fish in there and throw food at them. So.
Yeah.
You all know how bad size aim is, so he definitely needs a big body of water so he gets it all in there.
My missus will tell you my aim's bad.
Yeah.
No comment, Simon. Saying that, his aim can't be that bad. How many kids you got, Simon?
Yeah.
I've got 4, but most of the time it's on belly button. Sorry.
Love you, boy. Love you.
Oh, fuck a cracker.
So yeah, Ty, it doesn't have to. Like I said to you, it doesn't have to be big. You
No.
know, and
Yep.
if you
I was planning this thing, I was like, 1,600 gallons. That's what I'm gonna do. And
honestly, it doesn't have to be big.
No. If you're not building a big one, though, you've just got to be realistic with yourself as to what you can put in there and how much food you can throw to them.
Yeah, you got to give yourself that limit of how many, like you say, how many, because obviously you want to get growth on them. So you want to make sure you give them enough water actual volume for them to actually be able to grow. So it also depends on how long you want them in there for. That should also come into it, because if you want them in there for more than, say, 6 months, you want them in there for like a year, then you got to think the amount you're going to be feeding them, how much they're going to be growing. Take that into consideration.
Are you going to thin them out at all?
Yeah, exactly.
okay.
You know, like a lot of the guys that have entered the Grown Show with the difference that started with 2-week-old Fry. A lot of them out there are now starting to realise that they needed to thin them out for what is left to then progress to the next step. So are you gonna have the grow on as you want to buy small toci, say batch of 250 small toci, and then slowly select through them yourself, or are you going to go out and select 5 or 6 toci that are in that between toci and this eye stage, and then get them to as big as you can? You know, what are you aiming for out of the grow on?
That was really my goal, was to get toe-size, almost knee-size fish that I could put in the grow out pond and give them their own space to not have to compete with the larger fish in the main pond.
Yeah, until they get large enough where then they would then go over into the main pond.
Are you going to be heating it?
The main pond or the
the grow on?
I don't know yet. These are all future ties problems to figure out.
Yeah, but as I said to you before, Ty, it's like it's better to have a future tie problem now than a future tie problem down the line. You're like, well, I haven't really thought about this. Even if you just write it down in a book and just sling it in a drawer for now, when you come to it and you pull that book out, you've got 2 or 3 pages already done.
I know this isn't what you said, but what I heard was, it's better to write it down in a book now, just fling it into the pond and then pull it out later. I'll start planning and figuring it out. Now my focus is getting the deck done.
If it's literally you just want fish to go in so they haven't got the rough competition with big fish, then I would go for something 2,000 litres, but I would go for surface area over depth.
Okay. I was thinking 4 feet
what
wide,
I mean?
8 to 10 feet long. I think.
How wide?
4 feet wide.
Yeah. By about 10 feet. By about 3 feet deep.
Yeah, I was thinking about 3 feet deep. I can see Shane right now. He's got all the gears going, and he's figuring.
He's not the only one. I'm trying to work out where.
He's doing the conversions.
So, Simon, are you going for a central bottom drain on your ground tank, or are you doing a directional flow? As
Yeah,
in,
central bottom drain.
you are still going to go for a central bottom drain.
Yeah, hold on a minute. Oh, bollocks.
So, Vince, as opposed to what was the other thing you were saying? The central flow, or I mean,
The directional flow.
directional
Now,
flow.
there are dealers out there and there are breeders out there that have uh, they're not they're rectangle, but they're a long rectangle, and the bottom drain or the where the pump is at one end, and the pond itself actually slopes.
Yeah. So all the
Ah.
product
So
goes down to the
so
bottom.
you've got
to the other end.
minimal pipe work for your filter because you can still gravity feed it, but you can have your main mechanical filter right next to the actual bottom drain itself,
Uh-huh.
and then your return work goes up the other end. So it comes literally, you either shower it or you can put a spray bar in. I personally would put a shower in, and then that shower will shower down, and it will naturally push everything downhill, which will also give them current to get the body on and everything else.
Okay. I'm
So
learning
you said about 10 foot long by 5 foot wide, right? By 3 foot.
4 feet wide.
4 feet wide. Okay.
I think if I went 5 feet, it would take up too much of my deck space.
Yeah.
So that would be in ours. It would be 747 gallon, which works out at 3,398 liters.
Okay, my approximations were close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you want, like you say, you want to go from that Nisai toe side to Nisai stage, that would be absolutely perfect.
Okay, we'll stick with Plan A then. Or this is Plan B. Plan
No,
A
this is
was
Plan B.
honest.
But you've got plenty of fucking weight capacity in the way that you've built your deck.
Allegedly.
Now, if you construct your pond on your deck exactly the same way that you've done with your deck, as in you have slightly over-engineered it, you'll be absolutely fine.
Okay.
From
Well, we'll
from
slightly
watching your
over-engineer.
videos, yeah, from watching your videos from when you started to where you are now, for what you want to put in, I don't think you've got a problem with the amount of strength you put into that deck in itself.
Yeah, I kind of agree. So my brother's asking a question there. How many fish do you reckon you should put into a 1,300 liters max?
One, it all depends on the size of the fish, and two, depends on how big your filtration is.
About 10 cm up to about 16, and it's running on the Tempest and the black box full now. And then obviously once tank 2's done, anything from 14 cm will then go over into tank 2, because as you know, that's being on the bottom drain, having the airlift and being connected to the easy.
If you want decent growth, if you're going to heat the pond as well, if you're after some decent growth, you want 15, 20.
So pretty much what we've got.
Yeah.
You
you could start off, if they're this sort of size, you could start off with double that and then whittle them down. And then the ones you whittle down, you chuck in your rubber tank. And then that one becomes the pond where you don't think they're good enough, but you chuck them in there until you can move them on, or they change and you think, oh, hang on a minute, I fucked up on that one. And then you've got
Yep.
that option then with what you're building. Can you see what
Yep.
I mean?
Yep.
So
Yep.
you could get a batch of 40 or 50 fish, because I know your brother's going to be putting a shower in on that tank. Yeah, so you could start with 40 or 50 fish, and then every couple of weeks, select 10 out that you don't want in that heat. Can you see what I mean? And then they go over
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
there.
Well, I
They'll
said
still
there
they'll
was
still continue to grow. They won't grow as quickly, but that way you can then whittle out all the ones that you don't think are good enough.
yeah,
And
because I
then
know
you've
there's a
got,
few. I know there's a few in the small pond
hmm
that obviously we missed when we went through, and obviously now
yeah,
they're getting to the point where the other ones like the Showa, the Asagis, the Ginmin Gahaku, they're almost ready to go over into the main pond.
there's Asterix, brother.
They're almost pushing on. I reckon they're pushing on to the 18 to 20 mark now, so they
Yeah,
can then go. They can go over into the main, or even for now, they might end up going. Some of them might end up going up into tank 2,
yeah,
just for like with like 10 or so, 10, 15 max into that one, because obviously that's
yeah,
going to have the airlift system on it. It's going to get a big turnover. You know, it's going through the easy
yeah,
on the bottom drain. So yeah, that can pretty much have quite a lot chucked at it in the way of food.
yeah.
And then once I get them up to like 24, 25, then they could go to the main pond.
That you haven't found a leak on yet.
No, we still can't find it. We've looked around it. The only way I've literally got now is by either going out and buying myself a set of waders, or just putting a pair of shorts on and just jumping in. Just gonna go swimming.
Yeah, I just gotta
Literally.
say, Hobbytown, chili, and koi. That just sounds like a good time. Like,
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
do you
got.
like hot things, do you, Ty?
say what?
I said, do you like hot things, do you?
Yeah, I like chili. I like some spice.
Well, some
There's
what were we thinking? Some Frankensteins or some
no, I'm
apocalypse?
thinking
Or
the New Forest 50 Koi Chili Challenge 2024.
Ooh, I gotta get
what were
out
the
there.
what were the Reapers?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. George is in the comments. He's done it. There's a few people that have done it. And if you go back on my videos, you'll also find them, and they're hilarious.
Yeah, George is like, fuck that.
If after watching the videos you still think you like spicy food, once the chilies are ready, I'll send you one across, and then you've got
Oh,
to do the chili challenge on camera. You've got to eat the entirety on camera without regurgitation, and then we'll send you a couple of prizes.
why would I do this to myself? All right.
Sweet. When
Game
the chilies are ready, I'll send it across. But you've got to go out, go back on my channel and find the chili challenge, because yeah, you now know what you let yourself in for, and
and
you've
then
said you do it now. So
I'll know what I will regret before I regret it.
hey,
Uh,
watch me, Simon. Where there's a
Simon.
will, there's a way.
Oh, never mind. Uh,
I know
when you said
Gavin.
when I first said chili, I meant like a bowl of chili.
Oh no 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 no.
You meant some spicy peppers.
Some
Yeah,
very
you did.
spicy peppers. These are,
Okay.
these are no jalapenos on a stick.
Yeah, that's isn't that right, Simon? We'll put it
Yeah.
this way: even our lesser spotted Ricardo from New Forest ate one of his own chilies live on YouTube
And it wrecked
on
him.
a charity night that we done. And bless his cotton socks, he took it like an absolute champ. But
Yeah.
I had a text message at 1 o'clock in the morning going, "Oh my God, Vince, it's coming out of both ends and I'm on fire."
Yeah, he was literally laying in the hallway, weren't he, at that point?
The bog on the floor because the
It,
tiles were nice
all
and
you're
cold.
doing is convincing me I shouldn't do this.
Well, you've already said you're going to, so you can't back out now.
Yep.
The chili challenge is going international.
Oh gosh. All right.
So now it's becoming a UK versus America chili challenge. You've just labeled
Oh
it
yeah,
a whole different thing.
and I'll tell you what, things grown with fish water grow 10 times better than they do from a normal shop, I'm telling you. So yeah.
It's the cramps in the stomach. George, it's not only the cramps, mate, as Hobby Tam will tell you.
I can already feel the tears.
It's the hiccups. When you got them stomach cramps and then you get the hiccups on top, that's
Ricky went through a few pints of milk, he went through a litre of ice cream. And he didn't listen to me when I told him to put the fucking toilet roll in the fridge.
cheese. Cheese grommet. There you go. My brother's turning around and saying he's got some Frankenstein's podding now.
Good, good. Where's mine?
Yeah,
I
the
think we should
idea
all
is
do it at the same time on a live stream. That's what I think we should do.
not
No,
with
no,
my
no, no.
illness.
You can't back out now. You can't go changing it.
No, not with my illness. You won't catch me touching them.
No.
You'd pretty much kill me if I had one.
In fact,
Literally.
the koi couple have just joined the comments.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, Ty, you want to go and watch that video
Yeah.
because they both done it at the same time. They're good friends of ours, right?
Yeah.
And Liam was hilarious, but Becky, oh my word. The noise you couldn't actually see Becky, but the noises that was come out of her was she sounded like she was being murdered, being sick, having an orgasm, giving birth
And
all in one
yeah.
go.
Oh
So,
boy.
There you go.
Okay.
The Frankenstein's are 65 times hotter than a jalapeno.
yeah, so yeah, just to let you know what you've now let yourself in for. I'm good to you, aren't I?
So. Oh god. Okay.
He's done it.
We'll do it.
Now the thing was,
You just gotta take it.
Ricky
Just take it.
Ricky ended up doing the chili challenge because it was actually I was at the farm and we were doing a live. We were harvesting a pond,
Mm-hmm.
and I made a comment about the chili challenge, and Rick turned around and said, "Well, if we make so much, I can't remember how much it was in donations, then
2G.
he would eat the chili live." Not thinking that we
We
would
would go
make the
out
target that
to
he
that.
set. We not only made the target, but we smashed the shit out of it.
Yeah.
So he had no choice but to eat one of his own chilies live on YouTube, and it was golden. It really was. You got to go to see that. You've got to go back to Gaz's Koi Pond and look for the charity live event that we done. go towards the end, and then you'll see our Ricardo doing his challenge.
Yeah, mature cheese is the way to battle it, not the milk, not the ice cream, because it's the enzymes in the cheese that will help to break down the heat.
All right.
No, Rick won't do it again. And I mean, Rick, this man, I've never known anyone like it. We turn up there, and it'll be 8 o'clock in the morning, and he'll go into his bag, he'll pull out a takeaway tub, and it's pheasant curry and rice at 8 o'clock in the morning. He'll put that in the microwave, bring it out, slaver a load of chili sauce over it, and then chow down on it at 8 o'clock in the morning. And then
No worries, Ollie.
And then he'll come and make a sandwich, and then he'll slap a chili sauce all over it. I got lasagna to take in for him tomorrow, and I guarantee he'll take a slice, he'll put it on his tray, put it in the microwave, pull it out, and he'll slap that in chili sauce as well.
Oh yeah.
And he's also
Sorry,
been banned.
too lost in knowing my future.
Yeah.
And those videos, I don't know that it's gonna help, so I might have to watch those afterwards.
I would.
Otherwise, I might back down and not do it. And I said I would, so.
Awesome. Well, guys, that's us coming to close to
it's coming up to our 2-hour mark.
It's been an absolutely awesome afternoon. I am still absolutely blown away. Daniel, wow, thank you very much. I'm not going to start again, but yes, thank you very, very much.
Yeah, what a guy.
Come here.
Thank you all for joining along. We will be back same time, same place next weekend. As always, guys, I've been Twisted Koi. Down there has been.
I've been Hearts Quay, guys.
Next to me is
Ty, the koi pond, the koi pit, the pit of despair.
Get your own channel right.
Oh, he's just got so many different names for it.
Yeah. So, thanks a lot, guys. And a big thank you to Daniel. We will catch you again next week. Don't forget, we will be at the farm tomorrow. And we'll see you then as well. Latest, guys.
Take care, everybody. See you soon.